Hello everybody and welcome to OTL Round 2. That's interesting, but they're about to round the final corner to begin the 1 hour of Dubai here at the OTL Round 2. It is going to be green light. Off we go. Luca Andretta gets a good start. Vigo into second. Azam maintains third. Milan drops back into fifth. Jump by Jan. Theo Turner gets a good start. Getting ahead of Ryan and just on the back of Yatin. Tom Cliff close to Pavel. Let's watch into turn one. Ooh, bit of a lockup from everyone, but they keep it clean. GTE is about to round the corner for their race start as well, so we're going to hop on board with them in just a second. Jan and Milan very close. Let's see what GTE does. Connor Roberts into the pits. That's interesting. Green light for GTE. Teo is going to start off. Xander's jumped ahead. Xander's jumped right ahead, but he gives the position back. Clearly a bit of a jump start from him. Teo gets a good start then. Fabienne is into second with Tom Harding just next to her. And they're three wide into turn one. Is there going to be contact? Oh, they just managed to avoid. Oh, big lockup. Big lockup from Tom, who makes a small contact with Fabian there, but keeping it relatively clean. Cristiano going around the outside, trying to make a way into third there. He's just alongside Sebastian Duran, who has having to hold off that. Oh, contact! Duran is spun. Duran is spun round from fourth place. That is not good. He will not be happy with that. What a shame for him. Big contact there in GTE. Tom Harding puts himself into fourth, and I believe that's Cristiano that ended up spinning Duran there. Wow, what a race start.
Yeah, there was a contact between Sebastian and Tom Harding. There's
more contact.
The Ferrari going.
Big contact at the back of GT3. Marco in the wall. Looks like he got hit and spun in the rear. The Porsche holding the brakes there just about for Connor Roberts to go past. Whew. GTE had absolute carnage compared to the LMDH drivers there.
Yeah, as I was saying, between the contact between Tom Harding and now with these drivers, they have just taken a bit of too much. As Connor now also going off. This is extremely going. See how hot-headed I've been saying. These drivers sometimes have to going more aggressive than I think the car can handle.
What is that? Looked intentional to me. What is Joseph doing? He went off the track and hit him. That looked intentional. Closest battle on track is Jan at the moment, all over the back of Milan, who had a rough start but got back ahead of Jan through the first couple sectors. So we'll see if Jan can come back at Milan now. Edging towards him at the moment. He's going to be all over the rear, just sniffing his bottom. We'll see if he can make a move.
Of each other between Milan and Jan.
Ben Rushworth's going to try and sneak down the inside of Connor Roberts. They're going to be side by side coming down this this long straight here. We'll see who's got the edge when it comes to top speed. Catching the slipstream a little bit now, Ben Rushworth. So clearly that Porsche just a touch faster, which is interesting. I thought the Ford would have had the straight line speed advantage there, but oh, a bit slidey from both of them. And Connor makes contact with Cristiano. Christopher lets him through, sorry, which, I mean, he had to do in that situation because Connor just ran deep.
Is a battle between Pavel and Jatin also for P7, side by side onto the back. That's contact! No! They're both in the wall! That's a huge incident!
That's a massive crash. Like, there's a battle for second going on right now because Azam is all over the back of Vigo. These two good friends, they're going to go side by side into the corkscrew, but as Vigo holds off with good defense, clearly the outside line not working as an overtaking spot there. Now Azam is still all over the rear end of Vigo. He's going to be pushing those brake pedals hard. Ooh, a little bit deep, but Vigo goes defensive into the final corner. The switchback not going to work, but it looks like Azam's going to have a better exit onto this start-finish straight, and it could be a bit of a drag race into turn one. Vigo again going defensive towards the inside. Here comes Azam round the outside. Oh, and that's close to track limits. He'll probably get away with it with this one. Bit of contact on the exit, but keeping it relatively clean. Now it's the fast sector one, and wow, these two are really going for it. What a race we've got here.
Just sticking into the slipstream. Vigo goes defensive, but round the outside, can he make the move?
No, Vigo's defense is looking really good there. Very solid defending from Vigo, who's been able to park it on the apex and back Azam up, who clearly has more pace. Azam cutting the track now. What is going on here? We saw this before and it caused contact. He does get it slowed down in time, but that could be gaining an advantage there. I wouldn't be happy if I was Vigo.
Incidents coming just by fighting.
This battle is absolutely raging between Azam and Vigo. They're getting very close to each other and using the lap traffic now. Could Azam be trying to bide his time behind? I don't think so. I think Azam is just going for as many points as possible. So Jan is awfully close to Milan. I mean, look at that. Wow, really pushing the limits there. He's going to try it round the outside of this corner, but he's got a GT car in front, and the GT just trying to get out of the way. Sometimes it can be difficult in a situation like that, isn't it? You just want to stick to your line and try and let them through and not hold them up, or give anyone an unfair advantage, but it can't be helped sometimes. Mika Hakkinen will tell you that one.
Sometimes as a GT3 driver, you just have to keep your calm even if you're alone, just because an LMP2 can just appear out of nowhere.
Vigo's gone defensive again into turn 1, right on the inside. Let's see if Azam can make the outside work. Vigo tries to block the line. Azam making his stick, using all the grip of the track. They've got a GT car in front. Oh, and they have to split. And Azam just has to back off. If there hadn't been a GT car there, I'm sure Azam would have made that move stick.
Azam still has the chance now with turn 9 and also turn 10 with the big straight. These cars, if a Ferrari or a GT3
drives the box of it. Oh,
that's Duran just placing himself right in front of Vigo. Vigo might not be very happy, but it also made, and they're also fighting. That's really interesting to see as Tom Harding and Jengels has an incident.
Tom Harding and Jan. Oh, that's big contact. Looked like Jan just didn't quite see Tom Harding there and caught his front right, and that is a huge crash, pushing Tom Harding it down into 4th place off the podium spots. Oh, I wouldn't be happy if I was Tom.
But I think you also have to factor in all the defensive work that Vigo is doing to keep Azam behind. So maybe it is making Luca's pace look a little bit better than it is, but currently he is just a lot quicker than anyone else on the track, and I don't think anyone will be able to stop him except for maybe.
And I'm sure he'll want some points on the board. Vigo not able to make Sebring last week. But he is here racing at Dubai, despite it not being his favourite track. Azam tries it round the outside. Is he going to make it stick? He's got a better chance than he has before. And he moves through into 2nd place ahead of Vigo. Vigo's going to try and come right back at him. We'll see if he can make anything happen through the final corner. These two have been so close, but Azam has got himself into P2 for now, but Vigo's going to be catching this slipstream all down this final straight. He moves out to the outside line. We saw him able to defend against Azam on the inside. Can he make a move happen around the outside? They're going very close together, wheel to wheel through there. Slight contact on the exit, but Vigo has to concede.
Vigo probably just had that advantage on Azam just because of position. SSGT3's blocking. Vigo might have a chance here again.
Honor just had a bit of a slide in the last sector, but no, Vigo not quite as close as he was last time. On board with Ben Rushworth and Marco, as Marco is trying to defend from Ben, who looked a bit more confident on the brakes into all of the corners there. Ben Rushworth side by side now with Marco coming through this final straight towards the last sector. They're getting awfully close. Marco stays ahead with a little bit more top speed than the Ford behind him, but he locks up, goes wide, through goes Ben. Contact on the exit. That was definitely Marco trying to squeeze there, and oh, I would have given the position. Oh, Marco's pushing him wide. This is dirty driving from Marco here, if I must say so. I mean, that looked cut and dry. He pushed him wide. He's pushing him off the track. Ben Rushworth not going to be happy with this driving, giving him the flash now, saying, "What are you doing, man? Let me through. That was terrible."
GT3 sometimes only have the eyes ahead, not knowing what's happening behind. Turn 9 being one where you have to switch from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, not being particularly careful, and just touching the car, touching the LMP2 that's overtaking, and just sending him straight into the shadow realm.
Marco and Ben still going at it, but this time Ben has managed to make the pass happen and gets ahead of him, which is good. Good news for Ben. He wanted that position, and Marco, cutting the pit entry line as well. Timo wouldn't have been happy with that.
Vigo probably having the tire advantage as well. Him not pushing the car as he was before. But now the damage might equalize his chances. Who's not too far ahead.
What a move! What a move from Teo.
Descent.
Small contact there, but wow, that was from so far back. He does concede the position though, because it was, I mean, it was undoubtedly a little bit dirty.
As I was saying, maybe they won't have it. As now John also jumps into the pits.
He's got Nacho all over the back of him, though. Nacho's going to come down the inside as we head towards this hairpin. Is he going to get the edge on Connor? We will see who's going to be last on the brakes, who's going to be confident. Here comes Nacho. You see the cars wiggling as they brake. Looks like he's held the inside, though, but Connor gets a better exit using the outside line and manages to stay ahead because Milan is getting awfully close to Vigo, and they're about to go side by side through one of the smallest corners on the track. Great, respectful racing. Milan's just ahead as we head towards the cambered left-hander before the long straight. Vigo's on the inside, Milan on the outside. The outside not quite working. Vigo stays ahead, but forced around the outside. It worked for Connor. Will it work for Milan? Vigo's defense has been good so far. He blocks the inside line and manages to just stay ahead, but Milan's gonna have the inside for this corner, and that's it. He's through into third place. Vigo will not be happy with that. He'll try and come right back at him for this next corner here, but his pace is clearly lacking, whether that be to damage or tuck in behind Milan. Unfortunately, he's going to try it down the inside into the corkscrew. It's a risky move. He makes contact, and Milan gets pushed wide. Surely he'll give the position back there. And he does. Milan gets through back into third as he just went a little bit too aggressive, and Vigo peels into the pits. Up there.
Oh, there's been an incident between Corey and Jan. There, he wanted to look around the outside, but just flew into him. That's Jan having a lot of damage there, flying into Corey. There's also Nacho got the position on Connor 2 laps before, but then lost it all on the main straight. As there's a car flying off. That's Vigo in the wall. Vigo has lost it, and now Azam has gone past.
Vigo lost it again, and that's unlucky. And oh, who's this spinning? Oh no!
Oh,
Contact
no!
between Vigo and Arnaud. Arnaud just lost it into Vigo. Oh dear, he's actually not going to be happy with that. That's another incident for Vigo, as Jan's now catching Vigo after that incident, and Jan's going to try and send a cheeky one down the inside of him as they're going to come side by side down this long straight. Who's got the longer pedal? Who's going to penetrate the corner first and come out in front? Looks like Vigo just backs off behind Jan, doesn't want to deal with the battle. He must be feeling it now. His luck has been awful. Close battle between Nacho and Connor. We saw these two fighting before. A bit of contact between them. And oh, Connor sent a sneaky one up the inside there. That was a great move from Connor. Can he get the traction on exit? Not quite. Yes, he has. He's gotten ahead. That was a really interesting... Oh, no, Nacho's gone into the rear of him. And that spins Nacho. Nacho still on the rear end of Connor Roberts, though. These two have been getting caught up in a couple instances. He's going to try and make a move stick on Connor, but Connor's defense still being quite good. We've seen these two so close, and Nacho going a bit wider into that corner to try and make up the move, blocking Jan a little bit, who is in a fight for a poke. He's thinking about it. He's thinking he's going to do it. He's committed now, I can tell. And he tries it down the inside. Is he going to make it work? He does. He gets past Ryan there. Vigo moves up into fourth after his incidents. That'll feel good getting an overtake on there. And Ryan needs to keep looking in his mirrors because he's got Azam coming behind him now. And Azam, through this very fast section of the track. You don't normally see overtakes there, but he makes it work. And Azam still chasing Vigo now despite his drive-through penalty he had to serve.
Probably having lost all of his tires. I don't remember him going into the pits. He definitely has to check out his tire wear here. As Nacho and Connor still...
another crash
between
between them. It's Nacho again hitting the rear end of Connor. He's going to let him back through. Connor's gone into the pits again, though.
P18 is
here.
Now go
Azam and Vigo getting very close, wheel to wheel, through that final sector corner there. Whew. That was so close between those two. Vigo does manage to edge his way ahead of Azam. He's still defending. When you race this hard, though, you are setting yourself up for incidents. I mean, you're going so close. Thankfully, they're being as respectful as possible, but one mistake, and someone's going to be in the wall, and someone's going to be crying.
Milan is, for me, right now, the driver that everyone has to have their eyes on. His strategy just does not change.
Just sorry to interrupt, but a great move there from Marco down the inside of Connor Roberts into the hairpin. Just have to appreciate that one. That was for P19 overall. The 69 car came quick and it came fast, and it edged out Connor into the hairpin. It's getting dark here in Dubai, which does mean track temperatures will be cooling. which should be good for some of these drivers because, as you were mentioning, tyre wear, it will mean the tyre wear's a bit eased off, and Tom Harding slows down there for a cut penalty, which allows Sebastian Duran, who I believe does have a drive-through, to get through and past Tom Harding.
Oh
no! Luca's lost it. Luca Andretti just spins into the corkscrew. That's going to be a huge time loss for him, and a good thing for Milan there, because Luca Andretti is on top of him. Luca Andretti is following closely behind. Less than half a second separate them. And he's going to try and go around the outside here. You've got lap traffic boxing them in of Joseph Davies. It's all getting very close, but they do keep it clean. Milan is now going to have to slam his foot to the floor and try and stay ahead of Andretti. We know Milan can defend well. Will he be able to keep Andretti behind?
Here
comes Andretti for first place. Sorry, Captain, I'm going to have to interrupt because they're side by side into the hairpin. Who is going to make it out? Oh, no! Andretti's been spun by Yatin. He got caught between the two LMP cars, and that's dropped him way back.
Part of the race is Milan still out. What is Milan doing? The pit closes in 6 minutes. That's 3 laps. If he doesn't pit in the next 3 laps, the pit's close and he's not. Did we miss a pit stop from Milan? Now I'm imagining.
Arturo and Connor here are having a bit of a fight, and Duran running very wide there, trying to lap them, which isn't going to be good because that lets back Jan through. And contact between Jan and Connor. Connor spins out of the way of these two LMP2 cars. He doesn't try and block anyone in. He gets quite close to Andretti, but Milan, he looks like he took it a bit cautiously, and it's allowed Luca to get right up close to him. These two flat out through here. The car's still gripping. Milan a lot earlier on the brakes through there, but he's backing up Andretti. He's doing his defensive maneuvers that we saw at Sebring. Last time, there was contact, and it ended up with Milan dropping all the way back. This time, can anyone make a move stick? As we see Andretti try and get the better exit. Just isn't he? He's staying behind Milan. He knows if he tries to get past, Milan would sooner smash into him and risk maybe a penalty than he would let him through.
We have to also consider the tire advantage.
Switch back! Oh, what a move!
Oh, that's
sorry.
Switch by Luca. Yeah, the tire, as I was saying, the tire difference between these two. Milan's tires being way more shot than Luca's.
Milan's going to try it down the inside. It's going to be contact.
There's an incident.
He pushed Luca off. He's giving the position back, though. We can see him slowing down to let him back through. He sent it. I could see a mile off that move was never going to work. Far too aggressive, and that's given Andretti back the lead. Milan finally pulls in.
Pitting.
Arturo going to have to defend from Christopher. He moves to the inside to go defensive close to Vigo there. And it looks like Christopher's going to have the top speed advantage. They go side by side into turn 1. Arturo holds the inside line. Christopher trying to get it around the outside. They leave just about all contact. Pushes Arturo wide, but Christopher has just about enough room there. Arturo was squeezing him quite a lot. You can't blame him considering it's close. It's one of the last couple of laps of the session. Can Christopher find his way through? Well, Tom Cliff's coming through now and gets blocked a little bit between these two battling, which he won't be too happy with, but he hasn't got much to race for, so I'm sure he can't complain too much. But we're about to see Luca Andretti around the final couple corners. Nacho manages to cross the line with help from Connor Roberts. What great sportsmanship between those two after their tough racing. We saw contact obviously between them, but they were always respectful about it. If you do go in the pits, they are closed, so race control will look at that afterwards. Here we go then. Luca Andretti for the second time in a row. He's drifting round the final corner. He's that confident. A bit smaller of a lead this time, but he wins. OTL round 2 here at Dubai. What an excellent race from him. Yes, some great battling there, but Fabienne also about to cross the line to win OTL round 2 here in Dubai in the GT3 category. That's the same winners of round 1, 2 in a row for both of these two. What a great drive from them. Milan is going to take second place across the line, and Ben Rushworth and Duran are fighting to the line. They're about to cross. Ben just gets in front. Now we'll go have a look at Christopher and Arturo. Take it away.
Yeah, these two have been fighting the entire lap, switching position. It started with Christopher being in first of this lap, then Arturo taking it back on the straight in turn 9. But then here again in the final sector, they're still switching positions into the final corner, going into the final sector, going side by side. Arturo Christopher keeps the position, Is there going to be a move? Maybe a hard move into the final corner? No, it's not. Christopher at the end. Oh,
He's
there's
lost
a
it.
big
He's
drift.
lost it.
There's a big drift. Is either going to go side by side to the line? Who's going to take it? Who is going to take it? It's Christopher. Christopher's taking a position. 400s between these two Porsche drivers.